You are God. Yay! My guest is live. My guest is live.
Hi, Aanu. I'm feeling the vibes.
Oh, I'm so
And you're like,
happy.
that's my voice, that's my voice. One day, you know the beautiful thing? In heaven, we don't have to compete because our voices will be the same. So there's no, my voice is sweeter than Bolade's own in heaven.
What my people,
Really?
I'm sure you were enjoying
Really?
that.
Isn't that what it is?
But my guest came in and she wants. Can you see people? I only told them that I wanted to do battle of dance. Now it's battle of voices. Well, you know,
No,
the most
I'm
important
actually
thing is
not
that when
battling,
I
no,
try
I'm just saying.
you know what? I will not say anything, my people, because my
Okay.
guest is trying to do like a battle with me. But you know the thing is, the most important thing is that as our voices go up, heaven opens and showers us.
Hallelujah.
That's the most important
I
thing.
can see my people here. People are here to support me. Thank you, guys. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. If you know what has happened to me this evening, the devil is a liar.
It's a born liar. What is that?
I
What
the
happened?
stress is not here at all. I was like, let me make up and look a bit, but I'm like, no. Let them just see me as I am. I love me anyway.
See my people on Facebook. I wish I could actually let you see my guest like this. She's beautiful.
With this face like this, you guys, I know it's just hyping me. Oh,
My people, you know that I am always saying like 100% true, legit true. Okay, so
okay, I can't argue that.
I told myself that I was gonna do FBI work and get all the info about you and everything. But you know the sweet thing about it is I kind of noticed that when my guest says it all, it comes from a place where I can't actually say it, right? Like no matter how I say, oh, you did this, you did that, you for my people, oh my god. For those that are just listening to me, welcome to Life Matters with Aanu Adedire. And if this is your first time, welcome. Okay, that was the drum roll. So mine is a clap roll. It's we have this show once a week, just Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 5 p.m. GMT, and 11 a.m. Alberta time. And what do we talk about? Life matters. Everything life, from politics to music to entertainment. Like we're talking about cake today, like yummy. I feel like I wish I had cake in front. Can't you just send me one cupcake? Like
Abba. Don't worry, it's on its way to you. You know how Nigeria is now. We're fast somehow. I think one is actually coming over
to London.
Well, no, it's coming to yours. He's not stopping in London Abba now. He has to go everywhere. So I'll just send one through him. A box.
My guest is already breaking my heart because she didn't see me. But I forgive her. So this morning, what we talk about basically, and this month, yes, I'm dedicating this month to my beautiful, amazing sisters and women that have done amazing stuff for themselves, built businesses, had the music. Last week we had official Palmyra, and for those that were that show, you know that you had an amazing time with Palmyra. She was dishing everything up with her life story. So today we're talking about her business story, and her name is Bolade Soyege, and she is the creative director Cakebuzz. Let me tell you a story of how I met her. So I was trying to do a surprise birthday cake for a very dear auntie of mine. So I went on Instagram to stalk her page and I saw Cakebuzz. I'm like, whoa. I was thinking, should I tell my friend in Ibadan? I have a sister, like a twin too, that is into cake, a royal cake nurse. Aanu Salako, shout out to you. And I'm like, should I tell? I said, wait, this is Lagos now. So I checked around and I saw Cakebuzz and she did some beautiful cakes. I'm like, okay. So I messaged her and she's like, hi. And our customer service, to be very frank, is 100% people. Like 100%. She was very, very wonderful. Like, I am not joking with you. And I'm like, okay, so this is what I have in mind. And even when she's even telling you your price, it's not like she'll tell you your price and you run away. She'll tell you in a very sweet way, that in the manner that the money fall out of your pocket. But for first impression, she was amazing. Like legit, she was amazing. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So she did that, and it was a surprise. She went over and beyond to get this cake delivered as early as 6 a.m. Like,
it was my pleasure.
It was amazing. And when she did that again, she didn't just stop there. And I had to do another delivery of special surprise cakes to 2 different studios, and she did it effortlessly. And she did second time Aanu sweetness for me. Oh my God!
Okay,
I think
so
they can use my name.
are you really talking about me? Like, am I that sweet? Yes, I know I'm sweet, but when you describe it, it's just like, oh my God, that's me.
So just use Life Matters to Aanu Adedire, and you go and meet her. She'll give you this now. Don't worry. I'm just
okay.
But yeah, she was so amazing. She got the cake delivered. Everybody was like, Aanu, where is my own? And I'm like, it wasn't me. It was simply amazing. So let's start from here. Why the cake business? Like, you could have taken a whole lot. Like, you're taking probably fashion, music. At least you say you can sing, so you could have probably been singing, going to the studio.
No, singing is not for me. No, only when we get to heaven now. Only when we get to heaven.
Jesus, the dance of accolades. Oh, whoa, what? Okay,
I'm giving you all the accolades while we're here.
Let's give Jesus. So I don't want to. What have I do?
Okay.
People, I want to know why the cake business. You could have. And I'll start from there before I go to what you were doing before cake business. So, but I want to start with why the cake business. Because
okay, so
if you're into the food business, you had weight, but you look. So please.
Okay, see, I really like when people tell me I look, because I put in a little effort every now and then. The only thing that really makes me get so big is not cake, but pregnancy. So I think twice before getting pregnant. Okay, so why the cake business? As an undergraduate in the University of Lagos, I hope I'm not talking too fast. I'm quite a talker. Okay.
Fire on fire.
Okay, I used to work with this event planner. She's currently she's a top. I don't know if she wants me to say that. She's a top event planner in the country. So I used to work with her. I was her head usher, and I was really quite handy, you know. Yeah. But then I was doing it for the sake of survival, majorly, as an undergraduate, yeah? So it was supposed to fund my schooling and everything. But I got in there, and I'm the kind of person who does everything with the whole of my heart. It's either I do it or I don't do it. Now, different things motivate me, but it just so happens that God has been faithful, that He ordered my steps. I see you, my minister. Welcome. Okay? So I was working with this woman to be an usher. Yeah? Okay. But somehow I got so useful to her. I guess the value I was bringing to the table was much more than the ushering.
Okay.
And I lived in her house. And one of the challenges that many people didn't know that I had at the time was, because my house was far from the school, I didn't really like going home. So she gave me a home and everything. So why am I saying this story? Every time we did an event that called for cake, it was just always so fascinating. It was beautiful. And I just really liked it. I was like, how do they do all these things? How do they... Yeah, I might not be the one who would mold a person as a cake, but I wanted to eat a cake and it would be nice. You know, I looked forward to the cutting of the cake. I was the one who would run to go and bring the saucer and the knife, just because I wanted to be a part of the eating, you know. Wow. So after school, it was just look for jobs. You know how we are. But recently I've told myself, because sometimes when I look back, I'm like, why did I not know all of these things that I know now? Why did I have to waste some years? But you know, when you wake up is your morning, like they say in China. I'm sorry?
Okay. I wanted to ask, so for undergrad, what did you study?
Mass communication.
So you went from mass communication to thinking that you probably work in the radio, like, you know, when you're in school and you have that 4-year plan of I work in the radio or TV, do this, do
Okay.
that. And
Now,
business
you know what? Well, speaking life matters. Let me be frank with you. I didn't have any plan.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow. 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 Because I know that most people, what they do is, like, when I was under, I think I had this mind of going into law full time, doing this, doing that. I was doing business also by the side, but I think I enjoyed like music more. So my plan was working in the chamber and
Am
probably
I
be
live?
doing what, yeah, you're back,
Forgive me,
and
I'm
do
sorry,
some
okay?
music at some point. So for me, there was no structured plan, but I knew that it was either law or music, right? So for you, how was it?
No, I didn't get that.
I said for me, it was either law or music, like for my own like plan. But you said you didn't have a plan. So what does that mean? What did you mean by
No,
that?
okay, when I say I don't have a plan, the way I understand planning today, I can tell you what I plan to do with myself, with the business in the next 10, 15 years. I know when I'm retiring. I know, you know, all of that. I'm putting
Yeah,
financial structures in place and everything. But then it
for
was just
it.
go to school. For me, if I'm being frank, you know how everybody comes and tells you, oh, I knew this is what I wanted to do from the beginning. No, it wasn't.
Mm, mm, mm. So it's just like when, should I say, when you.
Or, okay, why am I not seeing you? Okay, I knew I was going to be in a TV house or something. And don't get me wrong, you know, like I said, whatever it is that I find myself doing, I do it with all of my heart. And God
Mm,
has been so faithful because He saw that side of me and things have been working until I found my purpose. Yeah? Now,
mm.
that's another topic for another day. That purpose thing. Because the way some people say it, then you would
Continue.
think, oh, really?
You
So the
have
thing is,
two
I don't
hours.
want to
You have
die.
1.5 hours to say everything. So we
Are
have
you
time.
serious?
Like, keep
Okay,
chilling.
because
Ah,
somebody left a comment under my post today and said I should make somebody believe, you know. So it's
mm,
important that I try to say whatever it is that comes to my mind. Now,
mm,
that purpose thing, when you hear people talk about it, they make you feel so useless. I was at that point
mm,
in my life for a long time, yes, because they make it
mm,
seem like if you don't know your purpose, really, you are practically. I'm like, no, it just takes a while for some people
mm,
to. When you wake up is your morning. I will say that over and over again. If at the
mm,
age of 40 is when you realize what you have come to earth to do, it is fine.
mm,
That is why when somebody dies, I don't cry anymore. My first point of thinking is, did this person achieve the purpose for which they were born?
mm,
Now, Jesus died at 33. It
mm,
doesn't mean that if he lived, say, till 36, he wouldn't do anything. But he came and he was meant to die at that age.
mm,
So
mm,
one thing that makes me happy today is after I found out what I have been called to do. Now,
mm,
if you are yet to figure it out, it's all good. Don't feel like you're useless. Don't feel like
mm,
nothing is going to happen. You can wake up tomorrow morning and then it hits you like a bomb.
mm,
Do you get? So now, I didn't have a plan in Unilag, but
mm,
also while I was doing that ushering job, I was
mm,
working for an independent production company.
mm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I used to anchor a show called youth.com. Quite a number of people saw it then, but you know, I'm just the kind of person who does things. I really didn't pay attention to maybe somebody was seeing, somebody was looking. I just used to do it and I did it well, you know.
Mm,
So it was really going good. It was fine. But the company had some issues every now and then. But we kept on, you know, it was a thing of, there were about 5 or 6 of us. Beauty Cook Studio was one of us. Omontese, I don't know if you know her. She's one of the celebrity makeup artists and she was one of us. So there were quite a number of us. We just came together and were pushing. But apparently the youths of today are not even interested in the kind of things that are supposed
so
to move us forward, so to
so
say.
sis, okay, sis. So
I'm sorry?
what was the show about? Like just like
It was just something
what was the
around
show?
youth and, like, you
Okay.
know, trying to channel our thinking. because it just seemed like everybody was losing it at the time. So we brought in professionals from different areas. Yes. So you just bring them into the studio. You guys have a chat. There was a segment of the show that was called.
It's just
something like this.
But
you're now inside a studio. I'm sorry?
Okay. So, but I mean, it's just like what we're doing. It's just like Life Matters, but what you were doing was basically youth-based.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So you just had a panel and all of that. So while I was doing that, I was also, while I was doing the ushering, I was also doing the TV show. So you know how independent production works, they buy the airtime and then put it all in and that. So it wasn't like I had a plan, but somehow it just so happened. So I worked for the company till after my NYSC, and one thing led to another. I got not too happy, and then I left. I didn't know what I was coming to do. There was this lady that she was a staff there, she was the GM. And she took to me because she was like, Bolade, you have so much to offer. Why are you leaving? And I'm like, I'm just not happy with some things. And I know that it's going to affect my productivity. I'm not going to give you what you think I'm supposed to give. And if I can't give you my all, really, I'm just going to leave. And, you know, that's because that has always been a part of me. It's these food bakes. I see you. Thank you for joining. That's one of my interns. She came all the way from Dogs to learn with this small girl. My goodness. It was a miracle. It still is. Okay, so let me not digress too much. Now, so where was I? See? I played too much.
So you went to your GM wanted you to like stay back, like you had too much to offer, right? So
yes. But I wanted to give it my all or nothing. So I left, and one day I was just going through my things at home, and then I saw this old Just There mixer, one of my wedding gifts that I never got to open. Okay? So I brought it out, and I was like, okay, this cake. I remember how I used to like at the event center. Now I'm done with school, so I was no more with that event planner and everything. But I just brought out the mixer, and I started playing around. You know, until recently, and I remembered one day, I was just working in the bakery, and then the Holy Spirit told me, Shebi, you ran away from Bakery Society. Now, let's come back to that. See, it doesn't matter what phase in life you are in now. It doesn't matter what you're facing. Just know that everything will come around one day to make sense. That every point you're making today is just a point that makes it all come together. The dots will connect. Now, I attended Mayflower Secondary School. Any ex-mays in the house, please say hello. We are everywhere. Sorry, Aanu. Okay. So they used to, you know, Tai Sholari, they used to put us in societies whenever you got into GS1. So I was in the bakery society, but because it wasn't the funky, I'm telling you,
as secondary school.
Yes. And they don't know. The interesting part is that they don't know what you are meant to be in life. They just put you in any society that they feel like. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, for me, it meant that God really wanted me in that bakery society. Yes, I was there. In fact, out of so many students, if you know Mayflower well, you know Mayflower, the students are like water. Like we are many at the time, you know. So they put me in bakery society, and the instructor knew me. Out of so many students, you know, and it's interesting that there's a probability that you would have so much value that even you wouldn't see what you're worth. I don't know if I'm speaking to anybody today. You don't know what you're worth, but somehow everybody else sees it, but you don't. You know? So I left the bakery society in GS2. I got tired of baking bread for the whole school. Imagine if I knew what I know now. Do you know what that means? Do you know if I would have been the biggest bread bakery in town? Because they practically nurtured me at the age of 9 to start baking bread for at least 1,000 students a day.
Wow.
Yes, we were that many. But because we don't even know where we're going in life, somehow I ran away and went to literary debating. And why did I go there? Probably because every once a year they have this party where every student wants to be there. You just follow the crowd. Now, it's okay to follow the crowd only if you know what you're doing. Only if you know the reason why you're following the crowd. Today, if I follow the crowd, it is because I see some potentials in that crowd. Now, potentials can be customer. Potentials can be somebody who will benefit me. Potentials can be somebody whom we are going to work together. You know, so there's so much. Now you go everywhere, you see people put up posts, stand out, don't do the same thing everybody is doing. Yes, now I understand. But before I understood, I was just following. But trust me, you can follow the crowd when you need to follow the crowd. I hope I'm making some sense. But somehow, as things come to my head, I just try to drop them. So, I really cannot tell you that this is exactly why I chose cake. But yes, cake chose me, and the truth is, I'm enjoying the journey. I'm never in a hurry. And I recognize when I am in a spot where I'm too comfortable in my comfort zone, and I know that it's time to move on. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. For instance, God's so good, at the time you met me, or let's say the time you saw my page, I'd gone for a training. Before then, I didn't go for any training in about 2 years. Yeah? So the cake was just there, but I got to a point where I knew that something was missing. Something was lacking. Do you understand? So now, what am I saying? We will get to points in life which we will think, oh, I'm just so okay. Yes, enjoy the first 3, 4, 5 months, if you will. The moment you recognize that you are staying in that spot for too long, please make sure that you move. Make sure. Now, let me break it down again. I went for this training, and when I went for that training, I told myself, in the next 1 year, it doesn't matter any training they flash in my face, I am not going for any training. Now, I'm disciplined like that. And this is what I encourage people. Like, when I have students that come in, I tell them, see, enjoy this phase. You know, the beautiful thing is that this phase can actually fund the next phase. If you are disciplined about it. And Cake Journey has been interesting because it was after that training and everything, you know, I actually interned with Dainty Affairs, and that woman is on fire. She's my big auntie, she's my sugar mommy, she's everything. I just love her. And you know how I told you that I do everything with my all, because it's all or nothing for me. So I practically closed down my business then and went to intern with her for 4 months. Now, before she took me, she really didn't want anybody. And I had made up my mind that I was going to intern with her. But she made up her mind that she was not ready. But I was sure that somebody was going to move, and it wasn't going to be me, because I really needed that training at that time. So I started checking the people whom she follows on Instagram and follow her back. Or, you know, just to find. Now, this is where many of us, you ask people once, they say no, and then you give up. You cannot afford to give up. There are ways. It's easy. Yeah, I know that some people might find it offensive, but try to do it in a way that they don't even take offense in what you're doing. Now, what did I do? Okay, I just went to check the list. I'm sorry?
I want to just interject you there for 1 minute.
Please.
And that's where some part we talk about mentoring. Now, it's not even just you getting a no. There was one of the things that we've talked about in the last, and I don't know why mentoring is coming up for the last 3 weeks on the show. And this
Okay.
is what we're talking about songwriting and mentoring also with Peter. And he mentioned one thing. He said that if you want to be mentored by someone, you have to make sure that you are eating the person's material. You're drinking
Yes.
from the well the person's drinking from. And that's where I want to talk about what you were saying. So you
Very
got a
true.
no, but you knew that if you don't go extra by knowing everything she's getting to know, you just get stuck in that place. And that's one
Yeah.
thing about our society. We just want to, I think a lot of people don't want to be mentored, they want to be associated. Oh,
Interesting.
I know, like that. Oh, I know. Oh, I don't, I know Frank Edwards, and they just want that facade of I know, instead of really taking from what the person is taking from. I feel a lot of people that a lot of, like, okay, if you play keyboard and I follow you, I'll follow 2 or 3 keyboardists that I know are really good, right? I will follow keys, I'll follow Trent's keys, I'll follow, because I want to know more about that style of music. When I first, funny enough, the first person I started following was Uncle Rotimi, then Music
Okay.
Mag, then Olaita
I
Dada.
see.
But the funny thing
Okay.
is, the only reason why I just wanted to follow them was because of the knowledge. And that was the
Can you
same
imagine?
thing you were trying to do. You were trying to just know more about it. But we see that a lot of people just want to follow to have
They
the
just want to follow.
association instead of the knowledge.
Exactly. Exactly. And let me also say again that sometimes when you get a mentor or a coach, you also have to pay. It's like paying your way in. For instance, if I didn't pay to intern at her place, I couldn't just send her an inbox or a DM and tell her, Ma, I want you to mentor me. See, she will, but it can't be the same. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
It
Now,
also depends on your tenacity. You know that? Like, if I want
yes,
you to
but
help me do
Anu,
something, yeah,
maybe I'm talking from the baking industry, because
okay,
there are many people who just slide into your DM, and I believe, because I also see them on other people's pages, and
yeah,
they practically kind of suck up to the person that it becomes irritating. And then I imagine myself in the shoes of that person. And okay, why not just pay for one course, so that when you come for that course, you can now take it from there. Do you understand? We're being real here, and this is how it happens in the real world. It doesn't so happen that for every person you DM, they would answer you. No. For some people, you have to pay. For instance, even if you don't want to pay for the cake training, if I know that she's going for a course with maybe a seminar with what's the name of this guy, Steve Harris, I better look for the money to also come for that Steve Harris' show, so that there we will meet each other. It's called
and she'll be
strategy.
like, this girl is
You
serious.
understand?
Just
For her
not
to be
playing.
here, then she's serious. But many people, like you said, they just want to be associated. And what do you gain from that? It beats me. But hey, it is what it is.
It's the accoladation. That's what I call it. Accoladation. I know
Accommodation.
this. And you know that, and let me drop this also. I noticed that
Okay.
some people also do that to get attention, and also do that to take advantage of the relationship.
True.
So
Very, very true.
message me, and I'm like, I'm friends with Cakebuzz. If you want to do your cake, just let me know. Tell her, and I start meeting you and telling you, I'm giving them a different price. You're giving me because it's oh, I know it's okay. Let me give you at this
Yeah,
price.
yeah.
And I say, oh, I just want to for this person, and I start taking advantage of our relationship so much that people will now start saying, I know as a very legit place that you can do cheap cakes, but they won't know that I'm actually taking advantage of the person that I'm
That I
doing
am.
the thing to. So a lot of people do that to a lot. Like you hear, we had I think it was Bros Eddie that
Happy
does
Gold,
sound.
I see you.
I think it was Bros Eddie that does sound. I think it was Bros Eddie that said, I can't remember which one of them, during exclusive
Okay.
chat. And he said he would give a quote of, let's say, 500,000 to you because he loves Cakebuzz. Let's imagine that. And you knowing that he gave you as his person, you
I
not
get
go and
that.
tell your stranger friend that doesn't know him that don't worry, brother did it for you 500,000.
Can you imagine?
So when he quotes them 2 million based on the work he's gonna do for them, they are coming back to you and like, They're not going around and start saying, ah, that person is so expensive. Don't go and meet him. But you were the one that spoiled this person's business.
Shay. And you know, the interesting thing with what you're saying is that I went to a business school recently. It's called the Incubators Academy. They are doing marvelous things. And I learned a lot. Now, that's where the place of structure comes in. Yeah? So now, even if you are friends, if you're family, there's a particular line that I know that I'm not going to go below for you. So that when you go outside, we are going to have it. Okay, let me give you a very clean instance. Somebody buzzed me 2 days back that she wanted a cake. And apparently she was a very close friend's elder sister, and I didn't know. So she asked me for a discount, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, ma, that's the price. And then she now says, okay, so how do I make payment and everything? So later, that friend of mine now buzzes me and says, my sister is chatting you up. She will be needing a cake. And he now told me something. He said, babes, I don't want you to bring down your price because she's my sister. But if she negotiates, accept it, and then don't tell her, but I'm going to pay the difference. Now, do you understand?
Yeah.
So this lady now asks me, do I know this person? I said yes. She said she's the sister. I'm like, oh, I'm on my knees right now. Blah blah blah. Of course, I knew already because my friend told me. And then she now said, can she get a discount now? I said, oh, sure. So she cuts 5K off the money. Who does that? But I now said, there's no way. Cuckoo kill me. And I said, but you know what? Make payment. This is just a one-time offer. Now, what have I done? I've told her that if she's coming for another cake, she's not going to get that chance. Why? Because first, her brother is paying the difference she doesn't know. 2, by the time she comes back, I'm going to refer her to that chat where I said it never happens anywhere. Do you understand? But I've been able to, in a way, you know, I want to believe she got carried away because of that familiarity and everything, which is okay. But you as the business person, you need to understand what you can and what you cannot do. Do you get? So when people want to take advantage of you like that, if you already had a policy, if you had put structures in place, it won't be as painful. Because this person doesn't even know that they are tainting your image at the end of the day. It might not be immediate, but somehow in the future, you will see it. It will be so clear that what this person has done to you, and then you begin to hurt. And we don't want that.
This is amazing stuff that people don't understand, people don't know. But I am happy that you're putting this out, having a structure. And I wrote something. I said, pay to be trained. Don't just want everything for free.
Yes,
it's very important.
You put it rightly. Yes,
it's not every time you should get the Osho free. It's not every time you should get discount. Yes, you build a
discount is fair. Do you understand? Discount is okay.
Discount is fair, but don't you know? Let me tell you why I said that. It's not every time I want discount. Okay, so I buzz you and say I want 5 cakes, and I'm like, sis, you give me discount. I brought 5 customers for you. It's different from when I am telling you last minute, a day or the day of the program, sis, I need you to help me bake this cake, and I'm asking for a discount.
Some cakes can relate. I think they think we are magicians. Like you just take a magic wand and just boom, 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 boom. Come on. They don't understand.
But the real truth is this. You can't tell me, I should buzz you the night and say, sis, okay, the time I buzzed you for the first cake, it was like 2 days before.
And it was cupcakes. Okay, it was a cake and cupcakes.
Yeah, it was a cake and cupcakes, but it was a short notice either way. If you had had jobs at that time, it wasn't too bad, but if you had had jobs at that time, it would have been a lot. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is this. Don't inconvenience people just because you want to make your own gain. It's not done that way. Like, you're trying to feel good with yourself in front of other people that you can get this good deal, but in the real sense of it, let me give you an example. Just a quick one. 1 hour will soon lapse, so I'll add you up again. I was talking to a particular group that were working together on a project, and I said, I actually have a friend that is doing this particular thing we need. But when I was talking about price, I knew the price did it for Aanu. But when I was telling them, I added an extra amount on it because I wanted to know what it was going to do for the group. Now, this is, even though I'm the one bringing the person, and I brought referrals to him. I've given him a lot of referrals, but anytime people ask me for a price, I give them a wider range. So if someone's calling me,
if only people think that way.
How much does Cakebuzz does? I said, look at about. I'm not giving anybody any price on. People that listen to me on here, I'm not giving any price. But let me imagine that she does a wedding cake for, let's say, 300,000, and she's giving for me, let's say, 220,000. When I'm telling you the price, I tell you, look at max 300 to 350K. She might give you a discount, I don't know, but tell her you're from me, but it'll be around that price. And I message you and I say, sis, I told them this price range.
Yeah.
Now, it is important that I don't just go above and beyond and tell them, oh, it's 200,000 naira. Right. Then they come to you and you give them the original price. So we have less than 15 seconds. It's gonna go off now. People are viewing us. We'll go on a quick music break, and when we come back, we'll have Cakebuzz back on the show. And yes, I'm having an amazing time. This is good.
Oh, thank you.